What's up guys? Today I'm going to show you how in Photoshop to create the images so that you can make a slidable, seamless panorama image onto your Instagram. So let's head over to Photoshop to my computer and I'll show you how to either create a 2 or 3 shot pano. Also bring your files back over to your phone and then how to post it. Alright, I'm going to go through this quickly, but here is what we do in Photoshop to manually create our panos for Instagram. If you imagine this is what Instagram gives as our maximum size, 1080 by 1350, and we were just to double it up next to each other and triple it up for a third one, our resolutions would be like this. Here's our double, so we've got a width of 2160 and the same height as 1350. And for 3 images, 1, 2, 3, we've got a width of 3240 by 1350. Alright, so this is what I'm going to use for my example and show you how to do it. We are simply going to make sure that our history is up. To do that, going to Window and down to History. And that will make sure your history is showing up here. Also, we just want to select the crop tool, which is over here, and select ratio. Select the first box and put in 3240. And if you're doing a double, it's 2160. Next up, 1350 for your height. And just hit double enter. You can move this box around if you like. So we can bring this in, move it around, select anything you like, but you want to make sure that you are doing this particular ratio. But I think it works really well just to have it at its maximum. Next up, you want to resize your image to the pixel width, ready for Instagram. You can do it now as one or do it later as on individual panels. So it's probably easy to do it now, right? So you can just go image size and make that 3240 and click OK. But if you're like me, I like to use third-party software from Jimmy McIntyre called Raya Pro, and it's an excellent panel device for luminosity masking and all sorts of things. It's just very, very good. So what it does is just sharpens it for me, prepares it for the web, and puts it in sRGB color format. And it'll just look a lot better on screens and iPhones and all that. So there's our image there, prepared. I'm going to next up create the 3 panels. So to do this, we just need to put in 1080. And we can create the center one first if you like, so just hit enter. And you're going to save this. So File, Export, Save for Web Legacy. This is the best way to save for the web, just because everything's in sRGB. So you want quality, make sure it's 100, JPEG, and just check that it's 1080 by 1350 down here. I'm just going to save it here, and I will call it number 1. Next up, so you need to make sure you have the history panel open. So that was Window, just make sure history is checked. And we want to go back to one spot. So here, and that'll make sure our crop is done again. So now we just click on the image once and we're going to slide this across to either side. Let's start with this one here and click enter. And we're going to save again, File, Export, Save for the Web Legacy. Check everything will be the same as before because you just had checked the settings. Save it in the same location. I will save as number 2. We will go back on our history again, so back up one and clicking on the image again for our 1080 by 1350. And we're just going to get the right side panel over here and click. Save that, File, Export, Save for the web. and this will be the same settings, and I'm just going to make that number 3. The next thing will be to just save your full Pano. We're just going to create a new file and we'll call it whatever you like, so Pano's fine. 1080 is our width, 1350, 240, and there we go. Now we're just going to bring this over. So what I might do here is just make the image size width 1080. Okay. Command A, Command C, over here, Command V. That's it. So just save that file however you like, and we're going to take that over onto our phone as well. Okay, so now we need to get all these files on our phone so that we can use them in the Instagram account. So yeah, you can't do it from the computer. So with Apple, it's really easy for me. I can just airdrop them over to my iPhone and I'm good to go. So however you guys do it on your Android or whatever, you could email them to yourself and get them like that, or Bluetooth. Yeah, just get them on your phone, however is good for you. Yeah, and next up will be on the iPhone. Alright, here we are on my Instagram account. So just hit the plus button and I'm going to have that as my first image, so I just leave it. I like to pull it all the way out, so that's just with 2 fingers. Next, hit the multiple image button. Start with the left side of your panel, so that would be this one for me. Then next is this one, and pull all the way out, and then the last panel. And simply hit next. You can go through and add these filters down the bottom if you like to each photo, but I spent hours editing mine, so, well, not hours, but like an hour or so. So I don't really want to add anything else, so I just hit next. And then add your own caption, so write whatever you want, but I'm just going to copy paste this in. I want people to know that they can swipe left, some information about the shot, and hit OK. Add a location, mine's Sydney, and then just hit share. And here we go. We are live. So you can see that you can slide through. It's all nice and seamless. There are no gaps, and you can zoom in, look at the city, look at your own Pano. I like it. So yeah, that's how you do it. And if you like the video, please hit that like button or subscribe button. I'm going to have a lot of tutorials coming up teaching you guys how to do shots like this. And I've also got my architecture site, just some tips and tricks on how I create these images. And yeah, check out my YouTube, Luke Zine, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.